What is up, YouTube? Jacob Vapes here, back with another video. And I am back under the blanket, of course. And I'm going to be doing a story time of my first time vaping. Um, yeah, so cheers, guys. But yeah, so my first time. Oh, let me catch my breath for a minute. Oh, that was minty. Oh, oh, wee. Um, Got that went straight to the dome. I got a little bit of a brain freeze, not gonna lie. But so my first time vaping story is okay. So I think I was in probably junior year. You can hear the neighbors' dogs barking outside. Bruh, they need to shut up. Um, um, what the hell they're barking at? Um, Probably the fucking neighbors. They're always outside. So I was in junior year, and we were in cooking class. We have a cooking class at our school, and I can still hear the goddamn dogs barking. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's really loud. Um, yeah. So I lost my train of thought. Uh, Junior year in cooking class. I was with a bunch of my friends. I knew a lot of them before I started cooking class, and some of them I didn't, but then I got to know them the more we were in that cooking class. Oh, and by the way, if I'm fidgeting with the lid of the vape, or the mouthpiece. Um, but yeah, so we were just chilling and we were doing our classwork. We had probably 4 or 5 tables, and some of the group sat at another table, and then another group sat at another table. In that second table I was at, the third one, it was only 2 people, and I didn't really know them too well, and they were really quiet. I remember, but the other 2 tables, they were talkative groups, me and those people, and the other people at the other table. Yeah, they were just talkative, and we were like a good group of friends, but we had to sit at 2 different tables because each table sat like 4 people. And so we were just sitting there, and I was doing my minding my own business, doing my work, and all of a sudden I look down and I see smoke coming from under the table, and I look up at them, I'm like, I kind of give them like a confused face, but like a I was trying to like not laugh because I saw that, and I was like, okay, somebody's vaping under the like vaping and trying to hide it under the table, because that day like the cooking teacher wasn't there either. She had to do a meeting, or I think it was a meeting, um but yeah, she was at a meeting or something, so we had a substitute, and so we were just sitting at the table, and so yeah, I saw it come up, and I was looking at them, and I'm like, kind of giving them like a confused, but trying not to laugh because I didn't want to make a scene out of it. But um, I just thought it was kind of funny how I just saw it start slowly coming up from under the table, and I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, so yeah, that happened, and I was looking at them, and they just started looking at me like, what? And I'm like, who did that? And they're like, Chelsea. All of us looked at Chelsea, and we're like, Chelsea? Oh, I just lost my piece. God damn it. I was fidgeting with the mouthpiece and I just dropped it. Oh no. Oh crap. Oh, just give me a minute of me trying to struggle to find that little tiny. Oh, never mind. Oh, it just broke the hot box. I saw that. Crap. But So we were like Chelsea. So we were looking at Chelsea because some of the other people at the table vape too, but we just looked at Chelsea and we're like, Chelsea, was that you? And she was like, maybe. And I'm like, Chelsea. She was like, how did you know? And I said to her, I saw the smoke coming from under the table. She she shows me the drool, and I'm like, we kind of had like a conversation about it because we were being quiet and we weren't really like necessarily working on our papers. We were kind of just like, I was kind of doing it, but I was also kind of confused at the same time. So I was just wait. I was gonna wait for the next day. Oh wait, we didn't have her that day. The next day after, the day after that, not the day that happened. Because the next day we wouldn't have had that class, so it would have been the day after that one. Um, so that's what I would have asked my teacher so I could get some help because the questions on that. Oh, there goes my phone. The questions on the paper was kind of confusing. I don't know. I don't know if I was just overthinking it or what, but I was like kind of looking at it and trying to fill it out to my best. But um, yeah. So back to that part with Chelsea. So we are looking at Chelsea. We had a conversation about it. We were talking about it for a little while. Everyone started showing theirs, kind of like secretly. They were like kind of hiding in their sleeve like this and kind of just showing it and like kind of slipping it back in their sleeve because they were all using disposables. Chelsea had a jewel, and I'm not gonna name the other people at the table, but they they had vapes too, and so we were just talking about it and blah blah blah. And so I was like, "Well, I've never hit." They were like, "Have you ever hit one before?" And I'm like, "No, I've never hit one before." And I was like, "They're like, why not?" And I just told them the reason why, and I was like, because I'm not really into it, and I don't think it's really good, and blah blah blah, and all that bullshit. And they're like, "Why not? Why you want to try it?" They're like, she was literally like, "Does you want to try it?" And I took it. And I was like, "Sure." And I just kind of slowly took it and hid in my sleeve. And I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this, but maybe it wouldn't be too bad of an idea just to try it once and never do it again. But look at me now, I'm still doing it, and that didn't go so well because now I've been addicted to it for 3 years now, I guess. Three? I have no idea. Um, so, um, yeah, three, I guess. Yeah, 3 years. I'm just gonna say three. That's, I think, a close enough number. So I tried. I was thinking about it. So back to it, where I was thinking about to the part where I was thinking about it. So I was in my sleeve thinking about it. Maybe I should give it back. Maybe I shouldn't, or maybe it's a good idea because I never tried it before, and I'll try it once and never do it again. So they're like, just do it. And I'm like, fine. So I did it and I inhaled it. Cheers. I'm just gonna do what I did in the when it happened. So say this is a jewel. So they're like, did you inhale it? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, should I blow under the table, or should I wait for the substitute to not look and I can blow it out? Then they're like, no, 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 just blow it under the table because if she turns around quickly, she's gonna see it and we're gonna all get in trouble. So I was like, okay, and I blew it on the table. I started coughing a little bit. I did like a little bit out, and it kind of went up, and they were trying to like wave it away, and I'm like, oh crap. So when they were doing that at the same time, after I asked that, I started laughing, and it started coming out of my mouth, and freaking, they're like, stop laughing, just blow it on the table. So I blew it on the table, and yeah, we were just all laughing about it because it was my first time, and they thought it was kind of funny how they were wafing it, and I was like trying not to laugh, but then I ended up laughing and letting some more out, and they were wafing it more, and it was just really funny. So, um, yeah, that shit was kind of funny, and so then that after that, I was just kind of I felt like a slight buzz. I don't know what Jewel has for Nick percent, but probably wasn't much, but I did feel because it was my first time, so I remember feeling a slight buzz after blowing it under the table after all that happened and giving it back to where I did. I was kind of looking at my paper. I felt good. I remember getting like a slight buzz. Um, and I just felt good. And then on with the day, I for some reason I started to crave it, and I kind of just said, "Oh, stop." I was telling my head to just. I was in my other class, and I was just in my head, "Stop craving. I don't need this." And I was just craving it for the rest of the day. After that, for some reason, I started to crave it, and then days went by, and I was craving it more, and um I did hit it a couple other. I did ask a couple other times when we were actually in the cooking class, like when we are actually cooking, um, in the kitchen. I kind of did ask a couple other times to hit it, and some of the other people at the table let me hit theirs. I did hit my friends again, gave me the one that let me try it the first time. Um, and yeah, so I craved it more and more the times I hit it. Um, the few times, the few times you were in that class, I did ask. A couple of times I didn't ask, but um, so yeah, that's really my story. And uh, there is actually a couple of few things before I actually end off this video, but yeah. So I'm gonna choose just one more time. By the way, what's like, oh, brain freeze. Brain freeze. Uh, it's so weird how I get brain freezes with the ice flavors. Because this is berry ice. I'm rocking at um 30 watts, 50% Nick. I'm gonna probably make a video on 50% Nick that I'm using soon. Um, but yeah, so the more days that we had that class, the more times I kind of asked, and then I was like, I kind of said fuck it and just kind of ordered one online, and then I started using my own, and I showed it to them, and they're like, oh, that's a good brand. Um, yeah, I was using if you guys were wondering, I used a Hide because that's what they had. The rest of the group had. One of them had a mod. I remember that. I think. I think. Don't doubt me on that. Count me on that. I don't think. I think one of them was, but I'm not guaranteedly sure. But I know the rest of them had disposables, and then the one that let me try it for the first time had a jewel. Um, so yeah, I just kind of craved it more and more. Then bought one after hitting theirs a bunch of times, and then yeah, I've kind of just been addicted since. And um, YouTube, I don't recommend or just I don't recommend anyone trying any type of stuff. It's not good. It's not healthy. I'm just a stupid. I was a stupid teenager and tried it once and then got addicted, and then it just kind of went all downhill from there. Just craving it more and more. And yeah, so yeah, I just kind of yeah. And then I ended up getting a mod because I figured out it's easier just to use a mod than buying disposables because they don't always last as long as they say they do. But yeah, so yeah, it's kind of my story of why I started vaping. And yeah, again, I don't recommend anyone to try any type of drugs, alcohol, anything that will harm your body. But yeah, so oh, I forgot to say if you're under the age of 18 to click off the video at the beginning, but yeah, if you're under the age of 18, please click off this video as well. You're not supposed to be watching, so please click off this video if you're under the age of 18. Um, but yeah, so I just want to put that out there because people's YouTube videos have been getting age restricted because of people not saying that. So yeah. Um, I got vape juice in my hand. Something's leaking on this. Oh, great. Um, or is it because of the little lid? It's not on all the way. Oh, the lid wasn't on all the way. This little lid thingy wasn't on. But yeah, so yeah, that's my story of how I kind of got addicted, how I got addicted to vaping, and yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna do one more community cheers. One more community chooch, cheers, whatever you guys want to call it, community blinker. That sounds better. Sorry. We're going to do one more community blinker and then I'm going to end off this video. Cheers, guys. And see you guys in the next one. Had to get a little quick thumbnail. Peace out, guys.